Still, he'd save them. Can't do that for everyone.
Wakaso Mubarak then with the first penalty for Ghana. Lovely penalty from Wakaso Mubarak.
And he's got his out the way, and it was a good penalty as well. You know, he's got a great left foot. Not in the corner. Goalkeeper going the right.
For Ivory Coast, the £25 million man. Most expensive African footballer. Ghana have scored their opening penalty. And Bonnie has hit the bar!
Well, that's a casual approach. Sees the goalkeeper going to the ground, sees watching the goalkeeper, he's watching him.
Ivory Coast ahead of their second penalty. Jordan Ayew against Boubacar Barry. And it is another cool penalty from Jordan Ayew. Andre Ayew's father's footsteps by winning the Cup of Nations for Ghana.
His knees there.
Are the Elephants of Ivory Coast facing more heartache. Here is Tallow, who was clearly brought on to take a penalty. Oh, he's missed! It's an awful penalty from Gadji Tallow. Of Nations agony.
Well, he strikes it well. It's a wait.
And it would mean that Ivory Coast will be in the situation after just 3 penalties of having to score. Aqua. Saved by Boubacar Barry.
Well, he took a gamble here. He went for the full dive. It's the right height for him. That's the perfect height for a goalkeeper.
It's wide now, Serge Aurier. Usually such a solid connector with the ball. And so it is again. His 2-goal lead in the shootout has been halved. But we only have 2 penalties to go.
He's had a good tournament, Aurier. I'm pleased with him that he scored. Right.
Kimpong. Can he increase Ghana's lead again? He was hesitant and he's put it wide. Go.
And there's another player that's been brought on just to take the penalty. That's Chimpong. Stops. Oh, he's way wide.
With 1 penalty left each, Ghana could almost taste the Africa Cup of Nations. Can Doumbia level for Ivory Coast? Goes for pace and power, and it is 2-2. And then they have missed the next 2.
See, it's the height again that beats the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, Razak, chooses the right way, but
to become African champions.
So I think Boubacar Barry's play acting here. It's ridiculous.
Can Ayew keep his head? Edge Ghana in front again. Yes, he can. Good.
To the penalty shootout, and then he wants to start play acting.
Well, the pressure's on Ivory Coast now if Ghana keeps scoring. Yaya Toure. His brother Kolo missed one in the 2012 final. Yaya Toure has to score. Well, Ghana are the champions, and he does score.
They didn't think it was going to come to this. It's way off his line, the goalkeeper, Razak, by the time Yaya Toure's about to strike the ball, but he hits it with enough.
It's unimaginable, isn't it, the tension running through these players in such a major match. Mensah for Ghana, scores 4-3.
Have a look again. He slips over, doesn't he, as he takes it?
Just as well, he had a good connection. And
there's another player that's come on. I wouldn't say he came on just to take the penalty because he'd have been in the first 5, but a player that hasn't had a touch of the ball so far.
The second time, Ivory Coast have to score. Kalou does score. It is 4-4. As in '92, which country will blink first? Flipped in the rain. And Anelka missed in sudden death, and United were champions at Chelsea's expense. Will he suffer more agony? Avram Grant. Agumang Badu for Ghana. Just about squeezes the ball into the net. Boubacar Barry knows he was close to keeping that out.
I think Andre Ayew might tell him that as well. Looks like went under his hands here. Oh, big chance to save that.
Bonnie and Tallow both missing. Well, it's Kolo Touré who missed in the 2012 final. If he misses, Ghana have won it, but he scores this time.
Go through his arms. Let's have another look from this angle. Oh, it does go through.
It's Boubacar Barry. We are 5-5. We've had 7 penalties each. He looks nervous, Affle. And it's a good penalty.
Strolled up to it, side foot, high up into the roof of the net again. Even if the goalkeeper chooses the right way.
Can Brima Razak find a save from somewhere and win the Cup of Nations for Ghana? Cannon has to score to keep Ivory Coast hopes alive. He does score. Fine penalty from...
Almost diving out the way.
Boubacar Barry at the moment. It's Baba. The right back Affle has scored. Can the captain of the under-20s and the left back score? Yes, he can. Slots it in. Doing their utmost, aren't they? Baba and Andre Ayew to really psych up Brima Razak, the relatively inexperienced goalkeeper for us. Ghana are African champions for the 5th time. Bailey scores though.
The calmest he's been throughout the game, isn't it? Really good penalty from Bailey. Steps up to it.
Now it's John Boy, central defender. He's for SES in Turkey. Up against Barry. Gets the right way again, but it was a good hit from John Boy.
He's got to save that. I think that's a great opportunity to save the penalty. It's the right height for him.
Coast have been in this position. No second chances.
And the referee's not helping matters. He's seen something miles away from the action. Just putting extra pressure on the penalty taker.
Seri Dia scores. It wasn't the best penalty, but again, shootout.
Takes a strange run up at it. It's enough to send Razak the wrong way. Starts to run one way. Whoops, there we go.
Razak against Boubacar Barry. Saved by Boubacar Barry. Penalty away from ending the 23-year wait.
Well, again, it's the right height for him. That's the side where he's looked more comfortable at making a save.
Is the long wait over for Ivory Coast? The wait is becoming even longer for Ghana if this goes in.
He had a bad wrist in this penalty shootout. He's had cramp.
Boubacar Barry has saved one. Now can he score the winner? Only in because of the injury to their first choice goalkeeper. Boubacar Barry to win the Cup of Nations for Ivory Coast! He's done it! Côte d'Ivoire have beaten Ghana in a penalty shootout as they did 23 years ago to become champions of Africa. And wouldn't you just know it, in the first Africa Cup of Nations without Didier Drogba, Ivory Coast have only gone and won it.